Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I've got my umbrella. Hang about, wait there. You got to see this to believe it. I've had to walk out of the hotel because my girlfriend's still asleep and it is absolutely chucking down with rain, but it doesn't matter because Chelsea are European champions and super winners. Chelsea win against Villareal on penalties. Welcome to GBFC. This is things we learned from Chelsea 1, Villareal 1, 6-5 on penalties, or it might have been 7-6 to be honest. I was too busy trying not to drown in the rain as I walked to my flipping car. And we got hair clips in here, we got flipping, I don't know what we got in here. We got seat belts, we got everything that cars have got. But I'm absolutely buzzing with this. You know what? After England lost the Euros on penalties, I never thought I wanted to watch a penalty shootout again. And then all of a sudden, Kepa Arrizabalaga, he looks like he's coming on and I'm like, surely this is Kepa's moment for redemption. This is the moment that Kepa's been waiting for at Chelsea Football Club to show us that he's Chelsea, that he can win us matches and win us trophies. And Kepa Arrizabalaga makes the save and Chelsea win the Super Cup. Finally, some people say the Super Cup don't matter. I absolutely think these people are absolutely nonsensical individuals. Chelsea have won it. We're European champions. We're Super Cup winners. We go into the Premier League at the weekend on the back of a massive high. Without any further ado, I want to ask you guys for 10,000 likes. We just want another trophy. Do you think we can hit 10k? I think you guys can do the business. Box number 1 is a green for Hakim Ziyech. And unfortunately, I'm gutted for this man because he was absolutely brilliant. In my match preview, some of you guys were upset that I didn't put Ziyech in the team. If you watch the whole thing, then you'll know that I actually said I believe Ziyech will start. I just wanted to see Mason Mount get some minutes because he's not had any minutes really in pre-season. Hakim Ziyech was wonderful. For the 38 minutes that he was out on the pitch, absolutely wonderful. The goal was fantastic. I thought Kai Havertz in the first half was brilliant. I thought as the game went on, he kind of dwindled in importance and wasn't really as energetic and active as he was in that first half. But Hakim Ziyech got the goal after a lovely ball, by the way, from Marcus Alonso, made it to the byline. Havertz makes the run, brilliant cutback, and Ziyech is there with a silky finish. I saw some people saying he scuffed it. I think it's a smart finish. The goalkeeper spreaded out his body, and then Ziyech can only do what he can do, put it in the back of the net. Chelsea take the lead, and I think Ziyech was the man who was making everything happen. He looked so good, could have had a couple more chances created himself, and then the injury. It looks as though he looked fine at the end of the game, but I mean, when you've got a medal to pick up and you've won a trophy, everybody's going to look fine. Even I look fine at 5:30 in the morning in a flipping thunderstorm in my car. It's wonderful. I'm so happy, you guys can tell. But yes, Hakim Ziyech's injury, hopefully it isn't too bad because he's been our best player during pre-season. He was by far the best player on the pitch in the minutes that he was on the pitch. And I wish him a speedy recovery and hope to see him in a Chelsea shirt again soon. We move into box number 2. And I want to give it to Marcus Alonso. I was thinking about giving it to Havertz for his first half performance, but then Marcus Alonso was out there for the entire 120 minutes. He scored his penalty, and he always looks like a threat. You know, Marcus Alonso, whether you love him or whether you hate him. I personally have gone through different spells of different emotions when it comes to Marcus Alonso, but when he scores a penalty in the Super Cup and Chelsea lift the trophy, we're going to celebrate Marcus Alonso here tonight on GBFC. And yeah, I just think everything he did was progressive. I thought defensively he looked pretty solid as well. A couple of good blocks in the first half. And I just wonder, Chelsea are looking at selling maybe Emerson or Alonso. I think having Alonso as an attacking to be able to come off the bench. We know that Ben Chilwell's the number 1. Alonso is such an assured wing-back, and I would not be upset if Chelsea kept him this summer. And I think with only 2.5 weeks to go until the transfer window closes, I would not be surprised whatsoever if Marcus Alonso did remain at the club. Box number 3, it is the fact that we lost our heads when Hakim Ziyech went off. There was a tackle from Rudiger, which, by the way, I thought it was an absolutely amazing tackle. But what it seemed to do is it seemed to spark up the Villareal players. Rudiger got frustrated. The Chelsea players got a little bit uptight about it because Thomas Tuchel got a yellow card. Rudiger got a yellow card. Myself, and I think the majority of the Chelsea players, believed that it was an unfair yellow card. Rudiger didn't deserve a booking for that. You could argue that the leg's kind of high, but he cleanly wins the ball. ball, he gets there early, and I think the follow-through isn't from Rudiger. I think the follow-through is from the other player, but I've given it a red box because it actually persisted throughout the entire second half. Villareal looked as though they were going to score again, and I honestly believed as it went to extra time, and I'm usually ever the optimist, you guys know that, but I just felt as though Villareal were going to score in extra time and actually win the game. The car's shaking. Maybe there's an earthquake going on. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just still buzzing about this, you know. It is a red box, but I'm still buzzing. You know, I had to talk about the 120 minutes of football because this is a competitive game. We got Premier League action at the weekend. So the fact that when Ziyech went off, we did kind of lose a lot of the shape. We lost a lot of the composure, and it's definitely something we need to work on moving forward. Speaking of working moving forward, I really hope after his performance out there tonight for 120 minutes that Trevoh Chalobah is in our squad this season. I thought he was absolutely excellent. I thought in terms of the 120 minutes of football, yes, Rudiger scored a penalty, but I think Chalobah was actually the best defender on the pitch tonight. I thought he was absolutely excellent. The tackles, the blocks, the composure on the ball, the strength that he showed at times to muscle Villareal players off the ball as they were progressing forward. Trevoh Chalobah puts in an assured performance and gets a winner's medal for Chelsea Football Club. And I honestly believe, let me know in the comments down below, but I think what we saw from Trevoh in this game tonight is enough for Thomas Tuchel to believe that he can have a place as a defender in this squad. We mentioned it earlier in pre-season as well. Trevoh Chalobah isn't just a centre-half. He can also play in central defensive midfield. And if we're not going to bring in a player in that position this season to not only have cover in defence, but also in those midfield areas too, I think Trevoh Chalobah is a good enough option. I think the performance he put in tonight, and as well as what we've seen in pre-season, I think I've given him like 3 different green boxes during pre-season, including tonight, and he's a winner. He's a European Super Cup bloody winner. If you haven't hit the like button yet, you got to do so now. Surely, Trevoh Chalobah gets himself a green box. We move into box number 5, and I don't want to put a downer on things too much. We're going to have a little party in box number 6, but the sloppy passing in the second half has got to change. Thomas Tuchel brought off N'Golo Kante. I understand because we got Crystal Palace in a big competitive Premier League game at the weekend, but when Kante came off, Jorginho comes on the pitch. Kovacic, I thought, was very good with his in the first half, but in the second, he was giving the ball away too many times. There were moments when Christian Pulisic came on when he could have passed and it would have been a better option to pass. And I think that the Ziyech injury kind of made us very sloppy for pretty much all of the rest of the match, apart from the penalty shootouts. So I don't want to put a downer on anything, and I want you guys to stick with me here to hear about box number 6, and it is a green for both Mendy and Kepa. First of all, Edouard Mendy. He made a couple of errors in terms of his distribution tonight. However, what I absolutely adore about Edouard Mendy is that he slips from a goal kick, gives the ball straight to a Villareal player. They come straight forward with a really nice move, and then he makes a fingertip save to tip the ball onto the post to save the error. Not just the error, but the goal. And that's what I love about Edouard Mendy. He's got so many big saves in him, one-on-ones, putting his body in the line. He's a phenomenal goalkeeper. And then when he comes off for Kepa as well, there are some keepers, when they come off, I know how this will circle, but they don't want to come off, you know? Keepers coming on to take penalties. If you're the number 1, you're thinking, manager doesn't back me in a penalty shootout. But no, Edouard Mendy understands his place. Then, Kepa Arrizabalaga, a man who came in, used to be our record signing, and then he comes on for the penalties and wins it for Chelsea. I think this is an absolutely monumental moment in Kepa Arrizabalaga's footballing career. Whether he remains at Chelsea for many years or not, I believe that we have the best second choice goalkeeper in the Premier League, hands down, in Kepa Arrizabalaga. And the fact that he's not really complained. He lost his place to Edouard Mendy, came in for so much scrutiny from Chelsea managers, Chelsea players, I guess, staff, fans in particular. Kepa Arrizabalaga looked like he was done in a Chelsea shirt, but he got his head down. You see him in training. He's always a part of the group. He's always going through his drills, doing everything, and he looks very sharp, eager to listen and eager to learn in training, which is all we get to see as fans on YouTube videos. But he seems to love Chelsea. He seems to be very happy here. And what he did tonight to come on, save the game, and win Chelsea the flipping European Super Cup. I know some people belittle this competition, but I'm absolutely buzzing about it. The more trophies we get in our cabinet, the better. It's the 18th trophy we've won since Roman Abramovich took over. Do you know how flipping amazing that is? How lucky we are to support this football club. We're absolutely blessed. Going to wrap up this 6 Things We Learnt video here. Chelsea beat Villareal on penalties. We're champions of Europe, Super Cup winners. I'm buzzing. I'm going to go and flip in, I don't know, fall down, well, these kind of things, fall down in the rain outside. But anyway, shout out to the orange umbrella. Shout out to you lot for the absolutely gargantuan support here on the channel for the last few days. I've been going crazy with videos. You guys have been going crazy with the love. That is what makes this the best job I could ever ask for. Thank you so much. See you guys later. Come on, you Blues.